Alright, here we go. Here's my son's HPI Baja 5B. He just put some new wheels on it. He actually just rebuilt the thing again, which he keeps doing because he kind of slides off the course and slams into things real fast, real hard. What he did with this new roll cage he got was he put these, we went and got down to Lowe's and got a sheet of aluminum, and that's what he did here with all this. Then what he did was wrecked it, and he's decided on this thing to take this cage, this little piece here he cut off of it. It used to go right up here because it serves no purpose really. I mean, it does, but it depends what you're looking for. I mean, what he's looking for is some impact give, and that's what this bumper here will do. And eventually he may get a different one, but this bumper, if you hit something with it, it's steel, but it's still bendable, so it'll bend and take some of that impact or shock out by compressing as it bends. And if he had that piece still on here, that really wouldn't be allowed to happen. That shock or impact would travel through this frame into other areas and cause more damage. So for now, this is like having a shock absorber right here. And you can bend this thing back and forth 5 or 6 times before it starts to weaken that metal. This is 5B. It's got the O'Neill Brothers long rod 5.5 horsepower. It's called a Prostock motor. This is back when they called them, I'm not quite sure what O'Neill Brothers called this motor, but it's the long rod 5.5 horse. It's a 30.5 cc. The Jet Pro pipe that came with this motor, or that O'Neill Brothers suggested, he didn't like that. I mean, it really wasn't that, it really didn't enhance the performance much. He's got the X-Can on here, and it works just as good as that Jet Pro that he had on here. You wouldn't think that he just got through rebuilding half of this, but he did. He just doesn't wash his trucks like I do. But let me turn this thing around. This cage he's put on here completely changed the whole look of this truck. Completely. I actually like it better myself. What he had on here was that fancy pull start cover, kind of had that filter on there that covered the crankcase also, completely wraparound. Those things aren't all they're cracked up to be, and if they crack or you have a problem with the pull start or something, you got to pull your motor to get the thing off. So he went back to the old faithful outerwears here like this. That's good enough. And then he bought a crankcase cover to cover the bottom of the crankcase. So this motor is well protected, and he always keeps a good air cleaner on here. So his motor is well protected. He's got a lot of things done to this thing, and well, half of that is he's taken it completely apart 5 or 6 times. But if you look at the front here, I don't know if you can see it with this, but everything here, this bulkhead, everything on this truck here up front is aluminum. The bulkhead's aluminum, the shock tower, all that is aluminum. This is a nice truck. This bulkhead support, all this is aluminum. It's a very nice truck. He's put some cash and a lot of labor into this truck. The only thing he doesn't have yet, and I think he eventually will, is the wheel extensions and the aluminum swing arms, which he's going to get. I'd like to see him get a different front bumper because that'll add, you can still get those plastic bumpers. The RPM, I think, puts one out that has, it's bigger, it's real beefy, and it has a lot of impact. It can take a hit and then spring back. So that bumper, actually, he's got it on there simply to save his truck because that bumper doesn't really fit. But it came with a Baja 5B. So there it is, man. That is one fast Baja 5B. and I like it better with that cage. He put these on here. These are metal. This is a nice truck. It's got anti-roll bar here, which is called sway bars, but they keep you from rolling is what they're designed to do. There it is. So there's my 5-minute and 30-second video, Baja 5B. It's 100 degrees outside today. And let me give you a real quick update. My pizza. This is my King Motors T2000. I have got the aluminum differential in the back. Can you see it in there? See it in there? That's all aluminum tranny. Got all my stuff and turned it from orange to the silver look. You see that there? I've got the O'Neill Brothers 5.5 also, and I'm just finishing up. I'm gonna put the other tranny here in the front. I've got that completely apart. Getting ready to slam that together, which is basically what all this is. I just got it kind of some wire holding the pieces so I don't lose them. My other tranny is over here, getting ready to go in. There it is, ready to go. That's the front transmission, and that's the front drive system. It's actually a pretty good system. That belt works pretty good. Harley-Davidson has the same belt on them. So that's getting ready to go in here before I go to bed today. Here's the pizza resistance. The freedom fighters in France right now are fighting the Germans to try and get some of these motors across some border over there where there's a bunch of teenagers racing 5Bs in Czechoslovakia, but they managed to get mine through. This is a 30.5 cc reed case. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Go ahead. Go ahead, look. All billet, baby. Check that out. 8.2 horsepower. Look at that sucker. 8.2 horsepower. Come on. Wow. And it's got the big carburetor here. I have 2 of these now. Actually 3 of these now, carburetors. I keep just buying stuff for these trucks. I've got the dual servo stuff for the low C5, but I think what I'm going to try and do is adapt that to the T2000, or at least the concept. Maybe just the concept. I got enough steering parts. I've got another aluminum bulkhead for my 5B. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that 8 horsepower, 8.2 horsepower, is going in this. That's a Cyclone Jet Pro pipe. And Sean O'Neill said that leave this pipe. That's the pipe I want, he said, for that motor. Here's this bad boy. This thing is going to just rip ass. The 26cc that Horizon Hobby, when they sold me this, the flywheel came apart on that motor. So they said they'll send me another flywheel, and then when I pulled apart and that flywheel isn't right, or if that's not it, they just said ship the motor back and they'll either fix it or send me another motor. So with that, when I get that, whether it's one way or another, I'll have a good motor, stock 26C motor. I'm going to buy the 4-bolt kit and make this a 30cc and make it a stroker. And then I'll put that in my 5B that's hiding down here. He's hiding because he's ashamed because he's got a fuelie motor. He's ashamed, so he's hiding under there, but that's all right. It's all right, man. So, all right, there we go. Updates on the weekend. It's 100 degrees out here today, and my son and I hooked up a swamp cooler and this fan there, and we've got it from 100 degrees down to like 84 degrees. It's exactly what it is. It's 84 degrees, and it is 100 degrees outside today. All right, people, here we go. So, get back to the important stuff right here while you guys think about all these cool things. And I got the swing arms for sale too, so don't forget. You guys want one of these swing arms? Let me know, man. They're for sale. Spoke bender. That's what they're called. Spoke bender. Because everything else will break before these do. Look at there. Alright, shoot me an email or something. I'll mail you these set of these swing arms. Alright, people. Later.